Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Buongiorno, buongiorno. This is a birthday reading. A birthday reading for the United States. Happy birthday, girl. And so, 4th of July, 1776, 5:10 p.m., 1710. That's when we were born. And so this is my birthday present to you, United States. We're going to do a chart reading. And this is one of my offerings that I have available. And I love doing birthday readings. So it's kind of going to be broken into 3 parts, where we're quickly going to put down the natal planets and talk about, these are the planets when Miss US was born, exactly where they were, the planets in the sky. We have a Cancer sun, Aquarius moon, and a Sag rising. So we're going to place down the planets. That'll be part 1. Part 2 is we're going to place down the planets for the 4th of July, 2024. And I picked the time for each date where the moon goes into 0 degree of a sign. So I forget, I didn't write down the time, but it's when the moon goes into Cancer at 0 degrees. And on the 5th of July, we have a new moon in Cancer at 14 degrees. So it's a very auspicious, very exciting day. And then the third part of the reading, we're going to see what, and this is for the US. And so I read the planets and charts as if I've never met you before. I just read the energy and what comes through and what channels through. And we're going to do the third part is going to be the 4th of July, 2025, the moment that the moon goes into the sign of Scorpio. And so there are some massive changes coming for US. And, I'm not going to talk to US like they're an entity. I'm going to talk to the US like it's a person, because, I do chart readings for companies. I do chart readings for people. I do birthday chart readings, all the different things, because the US has its own energy, its own vibe. And so I've put down Jupiter here because as a Sag rising, Jupiter is the chart ruler for Miss US. But let's just clear off the board. I'm going to do some Palo Santo, and we're just going to get into it and see what comes through. So let's place down the natal planets. Super duper quick. We have an overstuffed 7th house of relationships. So we'll do the sun, moon, and rising first. So we have the sun at 13 degrees of Cancer in the 7th house. The moon at 27 degrees of Aquarius in the 3rd house. The 3rd house starts at 24 degrees. This is 27, and this is 13 degrees. And the 8th house starts at 16 degrees of Cancer. Mercury, 24 degrees of Cancer. So basically, the sun, Miss US, we identify with our relationships. I live in the North Shore, and, up here we talk about the 15-second introduction. Like, I'm this, I know this, the child of this, I go to this school, I do this job, I blah, 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 blah. So a lot of the identity that we can have is based on our relationships, and they can almost become an obsession. Why would you say that our relationships become an obsession, Sarah? Our natal Venus, 3 degrees of Cancer. Natal Mars, 21 degrees of Gemini, and our natal Jupiter at 5 degrees of Cancer. So when you have one planet in a house, it's like, okay, moon in the 3rd house, communication, language, early learning, short trips. We kind of have okay, that's obviously important. We don't have any planets in the 12th house. We don't have any planets in the 11th house. So it's not like we don't have community or we don't have a soul purpose. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. When you have 2 planets in a house, our north node is in Leo, our 8th house of shared possessions, along with Mercury in our house of shared possessions. Deep, dark transformation, death, sensuality, sexuality. This is normally a Scorpio run house, but for you, it's run by Cancer. Fascinating. We'll talk about that later. The little wince in the house of home, we get that. We understand that. I just want to place them all down and then channel. Saturn is in our 10th house. Uranus is in our 6th house. Neptune is over here. Okay. What does any of this mean, Sarah? Our relationships are of the utmost importance. What we do every day, our daily life, health, practical service, does transform. And it's, closer to our house of relationships. So for a lot of people, it might seem very strange that, you want to have a pivot. I know for a lot of a lot of older people right now are becoming artists, and they could give 0 Fs about what the art looks like, what it feels like, or what it, like, if they make anything of it, if they sell it or whatever, they make it and it brings them such effervescence and joy that they're doing it. Doesn't matter. They want to do it every day. They want to do what makes us happy. And for a lot of people, our interdisciplinarian is in the sign of Libra. So our interdisciplinarian could be eloquent AF and in our house of legacy, public image, and career. This is fascinating. This is just coming to me now. A lot of people right now are actually it's funny, this came through a few times and I don't even know how to do a whole video on it, but a lot of people are kind of going through the back door of manifesting and figuring out what it is that they're, meant to do, or they're circumnavigating the woo-woo and they're just following their own call. What do you mean by any of that, Sarah? So I still have to record a whole video on why celibacy is becoming mainstream, because people are recognizing, without knowing it, that time and space is irrelevant. We know with the foundations of quantum mechanics and this quantum multiverse that everything is happening all at the same time. So whether or not you're in the divine partnership that that you see in your future, you're not, intertwining or intermingling with an energy that's not your king or queen. You're just not. I mean, the amount of people, the amount of star seeds and light workers that I've seen that connect to the energy and the soul of their baby before they come in for a very long time. It's the same way that you're energetically and vibrationally connecting to your king or queen. It's not future, they're here and now. So I feel as though with all that being said, what people do every day, you're also recognizing that if it brings you joy and effervescence, you're just getting paid for it. You're just randomly finding money. You're randomly finding checks. Unexpected money is just coming to you with ease. That's, Pluto's not so scary sometimes. Yeah, it's terrifying for the US for a lot of people because we've had our Pluto return and, what is money is changing. This is where our South Node is. The South Node is always in complete opposition of the North Node. So the North Node is the head of the dragon, what we're working towards, what we're going towards, which is sharing possessions, healthy sensuality, healthy sexuality, healthy transformation. And we're releasing old values, old access to resources. It's interesting. A lot of people in the US have kept friendships. This is going to hit hard, so I apologize. But I don't apologize, but if you're here with me, you understand how I do things. I hit hard in my readings. So a lot of people have kept friends around because they're like, no, you're wealthy, or you have the 15-second introduction that I want, or by being close to you, I'm going to get vibrationally what it is that, even though you're a son of a nutcracker in my mind's eye, I really just I'm keeping you around. People aren't going to be doing that anymore. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What's meant for you is only meant for you. And you're recognizing that your values are changing and transforming in a way that might not make sense. But you're just doing it and you're trusting. You're trusting source. You're trusting the God of your understanding. You're trusting the universe in a way that you never have before. That's that Aquarius moon, mamacita. Yeah. The Aquarius is little baby aliens. Little aliens of the zodiac. I also want to highlight the fact that, Pisces energy is right over here. And Virgo energy is over here. But as far as, house rulers, see, we have Aries running the 4th and the 5th, and Libra running the 10th and the 11th. You hid your Pisces. You hid your Virgo. I know a lot of people, and in my all signs reading, I do whole sign or whole house signs, but for my dedicated individual chart readings, this is it. This is it. And if you're here and you're new to my table, hi, I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you. Down here, this is the, in this wheel, this is the roots of the tree of your life, cultural family roots. This is public life, career, relationships, and where we do things on our own. So there's like an ever so slight emphasis of relationships in a public square. Yeah. The US you've been the superpower on the planet, and that's transforming, that's changing, because maybe you don't want to be, maybe you want to have a little nice little breakup, nice little citing irreconcilable differences. That's okay. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that. All right, let's get into part 2. Which is the 4th of July, 2024. So we've had a Chiron return. Natally, your Chiron is at 20 degrees of Aries, and Chiron right now is at 23 degrees of Aries. So this is, I'll start over. So a solar return is when the sun is in the same point in the sky where it was when you were born. It's called a birthday. A Mars return is when Mars is at the same point in the sky where it was where you were born. That's about every 2 years. Have you ever heard of the terrible twos? Those kiddos, they're just, they're going all over the place. Chiron return happens, give or take, every 50 to 51 years. It's our wounds, the wounded healer, the wounded warrior inside of us. And they call that a midlife crisis every 50 to 51 years. So because you're so old, girl, but I know you're young at heart and you're fresh, you look like you've had, a nice little facelift and stuff. You're looking great. You might feel like there's this wince. What is home? What is safety? Human beings don't have Pluto returns. For example, when I was born, Pluto was right here in my chart. I'm 37 years old and Pluto was right here. So Pluto will never loop all the way around. Pluto's looped all the way around for you, girl. When you were born, it's at 27 degrees of Capricorn. Pluto right now is at 1 degree of Aquarius. It will dip back down into Capricorn again. I won't call that a full conjunction because it'll go to 29 degrees and that's 27. That's a little wide for me, but some people use a 5-degree orb for their practice. What is money? What are your values? What matters most? List your top 5 values. List them. And remember, name this. Money isn't real, George. Money isn't real. Name that movie. Name that movie. So if money is a vibration and what you have in the bank account doesn't actually matter, you got to vibe like there's, okay, let me rephrase. I'll start over. If you have put into the future, I have $1 million fluid. I have $10,000 fluid. I have $100 million, whatever it may be, whatever number, write it down. It's in the bank account, it's fluid, it's diversified, it's, in gold, it's in Bitcoin, it's in cash, it's in the safe, it's in the bank, it's all over the place. I wear some as jewelry, it's all over, it's everywhere. Now I want you to look in the mirror and look into the eyes of that person. How do they look? How do they feel? What are their habits? How do they talk? How do they saunter? How do they dress? And anything that is different from that person that you can actually change right now, you do it instantly. Do it in this minute. Go clean the house. That's a perfect thing for you to do. The wealthiest version of you, they're not going to be dusty. No. You can actually go clean your house. That's something you can do that's very, very practical. Very practical. All right, let's continue. Let's put our grueling planet down. Gemini is at, oh boy, at 9 degrees, Jupiter is in Gemini at 9 degrees, and your natal Uranus is at 8 degrees. So Jupiter is conjunct Uranus. Oh boy. I think I still have it in the long range transits, but there was a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, like the planetary bodies, not a natal one. It happened a few months ago. I want to say it was April. Yeah, please go back onto my YouTube. I did a whole video. I did an all signs reading on it. It was April 20th, Jupiter conjunct Uranus and Taurus at 21 degrees. That was an interesting day. So if you want to get, I think I have 2 videos. It might still be in the longer range transit playlist that I have, all for free. Go check those out just to get the energy of Jupiter and Uranus. But Uranus is our galactic awakening planet. So natally, right over here in Gemini, it's a lot of information coming in quick. Daily life, health, practical service. For a lot of us, we do negative things. We have addictions. We have, sex issues. We love sugar too much. We love coffee too much. We love drinking too much. We, overwork ourselves until one day. This also has a lot to do on, no, that's a global thing, never mind. But this was like why people never went back to certain jobs after COVID. I just think that's why. This is, to me, says once you're done, you're just done. You're just done. Once a relationship is over, have you ever had that? Where you're just like sitting having coffee, with the person that you're thinking that you're supposed to be with in this world. And then all of a sudden something literally just snaps inside of you. And you're like, yeah, I'm never going to do that again. That's over forever. This is going to expand that. This is going to expand that, which is very fascinating. I just put out a video, which was 2024 to 2027. I titled that The Changing of the Guides. I feel like this is, going to be a lot of what you do every day. You're just going to be like, I can't do this anymore. And you're going to release your attachment to the energy of it. You're going to say, okay, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to piss and moan like a child. I'm not going to, let my inner adolescent run the ship and destroy my life. They will. Definitely go watch my Waking Up Post-Woke story. I have a whole playlist on it, the adolescent series and the 20s, 30s, and awakening. It's literally like I just let my inner teenager run the ship for a while, and it almost destroyed my life. I was borderline homeless for a little while. It was not fun. I wouldn't wish that on the devil. I really wouldn't. So this is exciting energy. The new moon is the next day. So really, we have an opportunity which had 2 full moons in Capricorn. I'll show you in a minute. So this is July 4th, 2024. July 5th, we have a new moon in Cancer. And then coming up in a week or so, in 2 weeks after that, we're going to have a full moon in Capricorn. Pretty conjuncty-junct, that guy right over there. So big old opportunities to make quantum leaps because you're a vibrational match. That's how energy works. When you are a vibrational match and you become that version of you that I'd said is sitting in the mirror, the first self-made multimillionaire, the one that, makes money when they sleep, the one that it gets to have time freedom and financial freedom and location freedom, my guy. That's one of the biggest ones. Yeah, I don't care if you're wearing a Rolex. If you got to call out sick from work that day, you aren't free. You aren't free. Yet. So let's continue. That was a lot of information all at the same time. I like this. Uranus in transit is in the 6th house, right over here. Uranus is happy there. And Uranus is going to be in Taurus the entire time. So natal Uranus is in Gemini at 8 degrees. So we're not going to have a Uranus return for a little bit. So right now, Uranus, again, these lenses. I speak in lenses because I wear these big old glasses. I have the home glasses on today. And so what we're going to be seeing is that I'm listening to my guides. Be open to the 3rd door. What do you mean by that, Sarah? The 1st door is the job that you do every day, the 3D pentacle job. The 2nd door is, your entrepreneurship. You've kind of had an image in your mind. Like for me, they're saying to speak from I statements. So my 3D job, and I waitress, and I'm so grateful for that. After COVID, I never went back to corporate. My second, I am a YouTuber, I'm a channeler, and I have one-on-one sessions with people. The 3rd door is God's door. I don't know what's behind door number 3. So be open to those things. Have that twinkle in your eye. Definitely go watch the New Moon in Cancer introductory video called Emotional Intelligence. And I talk about the twinkle in your eye. I'll put the link to that below. Because this, you can watch all year, girl. You can watch all year. Every year for my birthday, I do a reading the day before my birthday. Oh my God, I'm going to post it the day before. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm sorry, I love life so much. So every year, my birthday's on March 23rd. Every year on the 22nd of March, I do a birth chart reading for myself, and I watch it, and then I do another one, and I see how things have changed. And it's amazing. It's amazing. If I'm not a vibrational match for something, a lot of stuff falls away. And I'm so grateful for that. I really am. Alrighty, let's continue. Venus is at 21 degrees of Cancer. So it's in the 8th house. Natal Mercury is at 24. So eventually we're going to get a conjunction of Venus on top of our natal Mercury. I love this energy. Venus in the 8th house. I love that energy. This is if you need to ask for a loan, ask for time off, ask for something. This is a great time to do it. This is also people coming into your life again. You're shining like a minor league baseball player. You're shining bright. You moisturized. Good skincare routine. Good relationships coming in. Partnerships. Divine part, like all good things coming in when the sun is in the 7th house. Where's Mars is in Taurus at 18 degrees. In the 6th house. You're in your Rocky montage right now, girl. Get it. Get it. Get it. I know. No, I see you. Back in 2020, literally me waiting tables is getting paid to socialize and process and be of service to the world. Like I promised myself in 2020 that I'd never go back to corporate. I'd never go back to those types of jobs. So I've been hustling. And in 2020, I was like, you have all the answers. You're going to have a thriving business right away. I'm like, no, you got to hustle. You got to hustle. But I live and breathe this. I eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This doesn't feel like work to me. When you're in flow, it fills you up. It just fills you up. So I like that. Really, I want a fresh vision board for you. Set some goals for the year. I want yearly goals for you right now, honey. And remember, when we set big goals, expect things that are not meant for you to fall away. I don't want to say like challenges come about, but if you're vibing as that version of you in the mirror, I'm talking to the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. Like, do that. If you're not vibing as that person in the mirror, and if you're not spending a lot of time being that person and becoming that person, don't expect to have those opportunities come to you. Does that make sense? I think that made sense. Alrighty, I'm going to continue. I'm going to put everything down. Mercury's going to be in Leo at 3 degrees. Almost conjunct our natal north node. Yeah, a lot of you in your dreams are just going to be getting ideas as to what you're supposed to be doing. And don't judge it. Look at what your natal Chiron is playing. Where's your natal Chiron? And you can look at all of these lenses. Natal Chiron in the 4th house, house at home. Maybe you don't feel safe and whole. Maybe you grew up with childhood trauma. Maybe you grew up and you were like really identified with, you know, issues as to how the United States was even built. Yeah. Yet when I was like super duper woke, I was like, this is you just coming and taking everything. But now I'm like, everything happened perfectly. I'm really not concerned about that. Everything happened in the way that it was meant to, and things that are not within my immediate surroundings that I have literally no control over, I can't do much about that. Yeah. Oh my God, I saw this really hysterical meme that was like the laughing, like it was like that, or it was a reel. It was like that hysterical, like wheezing laughing. And it's like your ancestors, when you say, I forgive you, it's like they were, you know, kings and queens and voyagers and, you know, fighters and Vikings and all these things. And when you say like, I forgive you for the things that you did, I'm sorry, if you're not thanking your ancestors and saying, I'm in awe of you, not that you're doing it wrong, but just like, look at your own stuff. Do you know what I mean? Look at your own stuff. Like, I forgive you for what you did. You aren't there. You aren't there. Yeah. 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 It's just if you know, you know, but like, yeah, men used to hunt, you know? Okay. I lost some people there. Saturn in Pisces, retrograde, 19 degrees in the 3rd house. I also have Neptune retrograde in Pisces at the very base of the chart right over here. This is at 1 degree of Aries. Holy Jesus God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm just recognizing how this is going to change. So, okay. So, 0 degree of Aries, 0 degree of the cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. This is the world axis. So this is the very beginning of the zodiac. Yeah, we know that the general astrological wheel starts with Aries at 0 degrees right over here. So 0 degrees of Aries is literally at the very base of your chart, girl. How are you functioning where you know that Saturn and Neptune go into Aries together? Together? Yeah, you're splitting up amicably, and it's scripted, it's written. Buddy, okay. I won't get ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm very excited about that. So the North Node is in Aries at 11 degrees, and the South Node is in Libra at 11 degrees. So, you know, the North Node is the head of the dragon, what we're going towards, what we're working, like what we're going into, and the South Node is what we're releasing. So we're releasing old legacy. I feel like this is you not being the superpower of the planet anymore, and you're just being like, yeah, actually, I kind of just want to feel safe at home and knit. This is insane. This is so beautiful. I love you. Okay, and then the moon, I'm just going to put her down because she's at 0 degree of Cancer. Here. So Jupiter's at 5. And like the new moon, like I said, is going to be the next day at 14 degrees, conjunct your natal sun. So sun, ego, transiting sun, the lighthouse in the sky. New moons, darkest point in the month where it's perfect time to plant seeds for manifestation, what it is that we do want. Girl, this is an incredible opportunity. I want you setting a yearly goal because it's so close to your birthday. I really do. And definitely in the description, I have a digital product that you can purchase, how to work with the moon. You get 4 videos. One is scripting 101, which is what you do on new moons. The second one, what to do between new moons and full moons. The third one, a practical full moon releasing technique. And then the fourth is what to do between full moons and new moons. You can watch those videos forever until it is burned into you, and then you won't need it anymore. It's $4.99. It's a very accessible price point. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. Also, for free, if that is not accessible for you, in the public playlist, the toolbox, I have a practical manifestation technique. I'm just going to talk about super quick I'm just going to talk about the day because this is just from the 4th and the 5th of July, 2024. This is a massive opportunity for you to really ask yourself, what community do I want to be a part of? What people, if you care so much, since you care so much with Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and the Sun, all in your 7th house of relationships, you identify ego, natal sun, with your relationships. What do you mean by that, Sarah? When your natal sun is in your 1st house, identify as self. 2nd house, identify with my values. 3rd house, identify with my communication skills. Identify as home. Identify on, how creative, how expressive I am, and how childlike and romantic and joyful I can be. That's my natal one right over here. That's why, I might not seem like I age very much. Identify with your daily life, identify with relationships, identify with your shared possessions, how you travel, how you, how philosophize things, identify with your career, identify with your community, identify with your soul purpose. I have a chart reading foundations link in the description as well. If you buy those 2 products together, it's a discounted price. It's $10.10. So please go check those out. Go check those out. And if you'd like to purchase your own chart reading, please reach out directly. That's what I'm here for, is to help you understand yourself. But if you live in the US, this is a lens, literally a lens that you can view what I'm experiencing, what you're experiencing, what we're all experiencing within the US. If you're not inside the US, you can really understand what girl's going through by watching this. Yeah. Your moon's conjunct Jupiter, can't have a bad day, but the moon's skadoo-dooches. And so with that happening the next day, definitely the link is below for the new moon in Cancer video. Go watch that. It's called Emotional Intelligence. What values, since your values are changing, your shared possessions are, all of this is shifting. What matters most? Whitney Houston music is popping into my head. I don't know why. So maybe go listen to Whitney Houston music. Your love is my love. My love is your love. Okay. Is there anything else I want to talk about right now? Nope. We're good. All right, let's get to part 3, 4th of July, 2025. Okay. I don't even know how I want to do this. We're going to go outwards in. So Chiron is just going to scoot from 23 degrees to 26 degrees. We'll still be in the 4th house. We'll have a retrograde, and then we'll be here. All's well. All's well. Okay. The North Node is going to be at 21 degrees of Pisces. Natal Neptune is at 22 degrees of Pisces. And the South Node is going to be at 21 degrees of Virgo. A lot of us are going to be making massive quantum leaps with this, massive quantum leaps. And we're going to be leaving behind a lot of people from maybe our childhood. We're going to be moving. We're going to be experiencing massive quantum leaps. Pluto will still be retrograde. I apologize. I didn't have her upside down, but she's going to be at 3 degrees of Aquarius. Yeah, she was retrograde on July 4th, 2024 at 1 degree. She's going to scoot back down into Capricorn. And now she's at 3 degrees of Aquarius retrograde. Still in the 2nd house of money. What is money? What are our values? What access to resources do we have? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay. Excited is a strong word. I hope you can hear me. Saturn. 1 degree of Aries, Neptune, 2 degrees of Aries. That's a lot. Yeah, these are slow movers. That's not going anywhere anytime soon. This is cultural family roots, the roots of the tree of your life down here. That's intense as can be. And from now, as I record this, it's June 2024 as I record this, from now until the 25th of July, 2024, the 4th of July, 2025, I will have a lot more information on this. But that's, it's not just my language. It's been prophesized that the U.S. amicably splits, goes into regions of some kind. It's not fighting. It's just like, no. I love you. Go do your thing over there. Because together, we're just not really a vibrational match. So go do your thing over there. And that's that. I'm just going to put the moon down. The moon is going to be in Scorpio. The 11th house starts at 29 degrees of Libra, and so this is at 0 degrees of Scorpio, so right in the house of community, friendships, and wishes for the future. And the moon goes around like that, so I'm not concerned with that. Uranus is going to be in Taurus at 29 degrees. So she's moving a little bit, just a little bit. She goes slow. She's a slow mover. 3 years, 1 year. Scoots. Okay. We've got Neptune. We've got Uranus. We've got Saturn. Jupiter. Going to be in Cancer at 5 degrees. Shut the front door. Jupiter return. You're having a Jupiter return. Girl, you're having a Jupiter return. One of the luckiest times ever. In the longer range transits, I have tons of information. Jupiter in Gemini. And I did an all signs reading for Jupiter in Gemini. I will, by the time this happens, I will have information on Jupiter in Cancer. This is so exciting. Do your own research on a Jupiter return. It's literally like you shine. You just shine. That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Relationships are coming together. In my 2024 to 2027, it's not really like predictions, it's just called the changing the guides. I really feel, and I'm not the only one to prophesize this, that relationships are just going to come together. We're separating, but that's one side of the coin. The other side of it is that we come together. Every no is a yes. Every I'm not meant for you, you're not meant for me is I'm meant for you over here. So this doesn't have to be scary when we have the people we're meant to be with, So Venus was in 21. It's going to scoot all the way around to be conjunct Uranus at 29 degrees. I think we have a retrograde. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm not concerned with that. If we do, we do. I don't think we do. I'm not really sure. Off the top of my head, I apologize. I didn't write that down. We'll be blessed. You'll be blessed. You'll have what it is that you need the moment that you need it. And it'll be a big old blessing. So I don't know about you, but, I spent a good chunk of my younger years running straight into concrete and just being like, I know that God and the universe and source is giving me this image to do this, but I'm going to do the exact opposite over and over and over and over and over again, which isn't really advantageous. I mean, they tell good stories and I'm grateful. I'm better at my job because I can say, when you do that, this is what happens, But nowadays, I'm like, what does that sound but like? No, you do not have to worry about me. You do not have to worry about me. I get up the second God tells me to get up and I scoot. I just scoot. Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's enough. Thank you. And where's Mercury? From 3 Leo to 8 Leo. So, and we get 3 retrogrades. And then Mercury complete Leo. Conjunct the North Node. A lot of us, let me rephrase, US, you get powerful dreams. Whether you listen or not, they're going to keep coming. It's kind of like when the universe sends you a test and you're like, I'm not going to do that now. I'm good. And then it comes back around again in the form of another person and it hits a little bit harder and you're like, oh, that was a splinter. And you keep going. And you're like, nope, I don't need to learn that lesson. Then it punches you in the teeth. And then it smacks you across the head and you get a concussion. Either you listen or it's just going to keep on coming. And you're going to see everyone around you growing and learning and changing. It's kind of like, I forget exactly where I heard this, but it was, you know, a negative person can't thrive around positive people. You know, if you've been, you know, a complainer, you know, loving the commiseration. Oh, the traffic today. Oh, there was this. Oh, there was a cloud in the sky. Oh, there was this. But then when you're around positive people where they're like, yeah, but, you know, the garden really likes the rain. And, oh, there was traffic. So what podcast did you listen to better yourself? Or did you meditate? The universe gave you the gift of time, name that show, and was just like loving upon you. When you're the solitary negative person around a sea of happy, healthy, positive people, you either adapt to be positive or you just leave the room. So it's possible. I couldn't imagine, but it's possible to stay miserable. You're allowed to have whatever reality you want. Yeah, I was listening to an interview of Erin Lyons the other day where your life, I'm quoting her, she said, your life can either be a playground or a prison. It's whatever you want it to be. It was on, oh my gosh, Danny Morrill's podcast, and it just unlocked a lot of codes in me just listening to her speak. And so I'll link that below. That podcast. It unlocked a lot of codes within me, and I was very grateful for that. And so Mars is in Virgo at 9 degrees in the 9th house over here. That's a lot. This is the medicine to this. This is the 4th of July, 2025. If you choose to I'm channeling right now. If you choose to actively stay in jobs, situations that aren't serving you, it's kind of like the world will adapt. The world will adapt. So these are brazen opportunities for you to choose your highest and greatest timeline. What is meant for you? These are all opportunities. This entire year, US, is an opportunity for you to choose authenticity, not good vibes only. It's not noon all day long. We all have a shadow. We all must surround ourselves with people that show us our shadow. I want to be triggered by my friends. They're respectful, they're honest, they're like, they process just as deeply as I do, but my friend group and my family are not afraid to show me my shadow, to say, hey, Sarah, you're a person and you got food in your teeth. So look at the people you keep closest to you and why. And if you have a justification for, no, I got to keep this person here, we got to stay married for the kids, blah, 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 blah. Your kids are more telepathic than I am, dude. They're picking up on all of the negativity, all of the frustration, all of your thoughts. And do you really want to teach them that you don't revere the person around you enough to release them and to let them be happy? We must always wish for everyone on this planet to be blessed. Yeah, a solar return and a Jupiter return? For your birthday? Pay no attention to the dumpster fire across the planet. You've got your own problems. What do you need to feel safe and at home within yourself? What community would you like to be a part of? Do you have land? Do you revere your landlord if you don't purchase your land? Like make sure you have healthy relationships going into certain uncertainty. I'm asking my guides if there's anything else. Water, definitely having a way to filter your water. A spring that you go to, or, however you choose to drink water, just making sure that you're drinking the cleanest water possible, praying over it, thanking the water, Using water to be healing, when you take a shower or a bath, like let that be healing for you. Let that say, this is a healing, this is a Reiki session, this is an energetic cleansing. They're showing me the elements. So earth, air, fire, water. Water is your sign. Air is your moon sign. Breath, deep breathing. How often are you meditating? I'm really trying to oomph up right now to 3 times a day, to have a full seated meditation 3 times a day. Earth, I've been cleaning, gardening, loving it. Probably get into the garden right after this. I have some weeding to do. Candle magic, fire, your rising sign, Sagittarius. Earth can be very grounding for you, solely based on the fact that, your big 3 is water, air, fire. Earth is the medicine. Earth is what's missing. So getting into the earth. And I've given that medicine to a lot of water sign, sun, moon, and risings as well. Because although the ocean can be so cleansing and healthy and beautiful and lovely, we sometimes forget to ground ourselves, I live on an East Coast island town right now, and it's so beautiful, but it's kind of like a Sedona vortex where you gotta leave the island sometimes. You gotta get off the island every once in a while. This is not healthy to be in the same place at the same time. It's kind of like, I saw this the other day. It was like a bear that had been released from its captivity, and it just kept walking in that circle even though it was free. You've seen those videos before. Whereas if we've been conditioned, whoa, this is big. I've never seen this before. We've been conditioned as US citizens to, think that we have to stay together. United States. That's a conditioning. We don't have to. We don't have to. Everyone is worthy of a happy, healthy, lovely life. Our enemies, especially, ourselves, especially, your perceived enemies, they're just a person. They sit on the toilet the same way that you do. They're no different. They're just a person that wants a happy, healthy home for them and theirs. We must wish that on everyone. And if we can't do it together, we have to wish it for them from afar. Say, I love you. I can't interface with you because we really are too different of a vibrational match. So go over there. Go do your thing over there. I think that's okay. How do you feel? How do you feel after watching this? This is a big one. This is a really beautiful reading. I'm so excited to be able to share this with you. Please comment below. Please like this video. Please send a donation along if you receive something from this video. And please reach out directly to book your own private birthday reading or a birth chart reading. Whereas even if it's not close to your birthday, we can go through the natal planets. We'll just do halfsies. Usually about half of the video is the natal planets, and then the other half is the, current planets or the next moon cycle, whatever that may be. We can do it this way for a birthday reading if you'd like, whatever's best for you. Oh my God, and baby birth chart readings, please let me know. Let me know how I can best support you. Let me know how you're feeling after this. Please drink some nice clean water, and call me if you need anything. Happy birthday, sweet US of A. Mwah.